They already knocked it down in the living room just when I pulled it out, just sitting here with no eggs in it. Well, it's that time again. It's time to start thinking about incubating some baby chickens. Thanks for joining me today. This is Candace from Gagne Farms, and I'm going to take you along on a recap of our incubating experience and let you know what we have up our sleeve for this year for incubating. This is our third year incubating chicks. So year one, we didn't have a lot of success, but there's some reasons why. Year two, we made some improvements and had a lot of success. So I'm really looking forward to this year. This will not work for incubating chickens. Let me tell you a little bit about the incubator that we use. This is the incubator we've used for 3 years, and I actually had to look up what it was called because it doesn't say anything on it except for incubator. So I had to look it up, so I'm reading it right off of my Amazon order right now, and it is the Obstacore Egg Incubator 56 egg digital incubator with fully automatic egg turner and humidity control. So there you go, that's what it was called in the order, and I will link that down below for you guys. So the first year that we used this incubator, of course, we didn't know what we were doing at all. At the time, I was like, oh, look at the cute little incubator with the egg turners that turn all by themselves. Oh, this will be so easy. So let me tell you how year one went. It went about like this. We got our eggs all set in here. We put our lid on and we turned it on, set the humidity and set the temperature, and then we checked it. So every 10 minutes we checked it. We were extremely anxious new chickie parents. That was mistake number one. I think we opened the incubator too much. So that's just a word of advice. It seems like once we learned that lesson, things started to go better. And then it was hatch day. We had followed all the directions that we were supposed to follow. We took the egg turners out and we got the inside ready. Now you'll notice that there's some things in here that weren't originally in here when we bought it. I'll explain that in a little bit. But we had it all ready to go on the inside and our eggs started hatching. Lo and behold, we had 2 little chicks hatch, and sadly, we found them head first in the cracks inside here, and they had perished. Sad, sad moment for a first-time incubator. The next thing that happened on year one, we only had one other chick hatch, and his name was Rocky. He's in a video from before. We'll link that video here for you to see. He was darling, and he did not have any casualties in the incubator. However, as I'll get into in a few minutes, there's a lot more to integrating your chickens after you incubate them. So after year one, as you can plainly see, I needed to do some upgrades with the incubator. The first upgrade that I made was adding some styrofoam to the outside edges. Now I had to cut the pieces to fit inside each little groove, because you can see that there are sections. So I had to make sections of styrofoam that would fit inside each one of those grooves. Currently for year 3, I'm trying to upgrade just a little bit more. Some of the styrofoam has broken in here and I actually have to take the platform off to get the styrofoam out of the bottom of it, and I may be using a different material. We'll have to see. So just the other day I pulled out our incubator to get it ready for year 3, and I didn't remember that the styrofoam that is in the big spaces doesn't fit in there with the egg turner in there, and I had just put it in there for storage. So I tried to put the egg turner in there with it in there and it didn't go so well, and then I remembered, oh yeah, I put it in there when we took the egg turner out. All these other little pieces can stay in here the whole time. So I need to undo the screws in the platform, take the platform off, and get all the styrofoam pieces back out that fell inside of the incubator. And a side note, egg cartons work really well to put your screws inside and not lose them. Styrofoam is not the easiest thing to work with, especially for pieces that you have to remove and put back in because it breaks really easily and goes into a million pieces, and well, you know how Styrofoam is. We recently ordered something that came in the mail and it had some packaging left with it, so I'm going to see how this works. So I have successfully destroyed this box to successfully protect my chickies. So I've got all the cardboard pieces with this better styrofoam on it. So all that's left to do is take these back out, screw this back down, and when it's time to put the eggs down in the incubator out of the rotator, then I will just have to slip these in quickly when I do that. I know right where my screws are, right in the egg carton where I left them. Now that I have the base screwed back down, I'm going to show you the last upgrade that I made last year that I'm going to make again this year. The holes in this incubator platform just seem really big, like the chickies' feet could get stuck in there and hurt their little legs. So I didn't want to put something down that would block airflow or keep the incubator from working correctly. So what I did was I went and got some of this. It's like a rubbery mesh cupboard liner, and I just cut it into pieces to fit in here. And it covers those holes and makes it easier for the baby chicks when they hatch to walk on it. So now it'll be nice and comfortable for them when they hatch out of those eggs. Just a little tip, you can see that you don't want to be making all these preparations when you've got your eggs sitting here ready to be set in the incubator. So it's a good idea to get everything set up ahead of time. Just to be safe, I'm going to plug this in real quick and make sure it's functioning after sitting all winter. It's on. Yay, success, our incubator turned on. And all of the functions are working. You can see that the rotator will rotate in a little less than 2 minutes. The temperature is climbing, the humidity is being measured, and the fan is on. So we're ready to set our eggs. There's just one more consideration that I have to think about before I actually put eggs into my incubator. Our cat family has grown quite a bit this year. We now have 4 cats. Last year we just had this table sitting in our dining room and it worked out okay, but we had the 2 older cats and they didn't really mess with the incubator. Another consideration when you think about where you're going to put your incubator is what you want to set it on. Last year I set it on one of Eric's antique tables. That was not a wise choice. Well, the solution we came up with to the cats in the incubating situation is, since we already built this room down in the basement for our plants and built the wall to keep the cats out, we figured that we would probably just stick the incubator down here too. I'm gonna run it for a little while and see if it'll get up to the right temperature and see if it'll maintain temperature and humidity. And if so, we are good to go. I was really excited to make and share this video with you guys. Unlike a lot of the things on the homestead, this is something that I can do by myself. I don't need Eric's help with any part of it. And I don't know about you, but it's really important to me to find things on the homestead that I can do independently. Thanks for hanging out with me, and don't forget to check back often all spring and summer. I'm going to have lots of videos on here about our chickens. I will update you on how they are going in the incubator, how they go after they hatch, things that we do to take care of them, and some new upgraded ways that we have found to integrate our chickens this year. If you have any thoughts or comments, leave them below, and Chicken Mama will catch you on the next one. Yeah, they look all cute and peaceful now. Just